is going on or what was going on. I have been having such a time going live, uploading my lives, sharing content. I have no idea what's going on. We are going to cross our fingers for today's message, for today's inspiration. Good morning to you all. My name is Essence. I am your relationship coach. This is called the Morning Stretch Podcast. If you didn't know, for those who know, for those who don't know, this is my intro. Good morning to you all, wherever you may be. I am now live on YouTube, Instagram, as well as Facebook. So if you don't catch me live in one area, you have options. So, with that being said, happy Thursday. I had to think about what day of the week it was. Happy Thursday. It's a brand new day. It is the end of the week we are approaching. However, it is still a brand new season that we have entered. I have been talking about insights into tomorrow all week long. That has been the theme. I feel it's important to discuss these things because there's so much newness that is abound. As I said, new season. In a few more weeks, it'll be the end of a year. We'll be ushering in a brand new year. And it is time to turn over our soil. We do that for the springtime and we have spring cleaning. I introduced fall cleaning. Hashtag fall cleaning, folks. All year round, you need to take time to pause, to reflect, and allow yourself to gather yourself, to collect yourself in a manner that says, am I making progress towards the things that I want? Am I happy with my decision making? Am I happy with my results of my decision making? How is life going for me? It's important that you take time out to do that. So when you do, I want you to know that it doesn't have to suck. Folks tend to run away from self things, self care, self love. These kind of pretexts give folks the heebie jeebies because you often think this is the very reason why I'm running away from doing it because I don't want to face myself. I want to avoid, and in your heart you know that's not really the best course of action for yourself. It's just it feels awkward. You don't feel great about doing it oftentimes. And this is not the case for every single person. I know once upon a time myself, I struggled with that. There were some things that I came to term with regarding myself, excuse me. However, but I'm not going to sit here and say that it was the easiest road. I won't say that going forward in my road of self discovering that lots of emotions and unsettled matters inside of me did not present themselves. And in my today, I could look back and say I understand why, but then no, I was I was not excited about it. It did not feel good. Nevertheless, it needed to be done. Because if you don't take the time out to clear away what I consider to be affectionately known as junk, if there's such a thing, it is junk in the regard of because it doesn't serve you. It's things that hold you down, that keep you small, that make you feel insignificant, which means you're likely to hide. You're not likely to be honest about who you are and what's going on in your world. You tend to feel shame and when you come to terms with the truth, which means you do not have to live a life like that, you do not have to feel that way, you discover that you have decisions. You make them all the time. You just don't realize that there's power inside of them. In the same way you've chosen certain aspects in regard to your well being and everything, every sorted other thing in your life, you realize, wait a minute, I can choose to be happy. I can choose to be healthy. I can have meaningful connections. These are choices. But until you get right with yourself, until you get on that road that says, I do want more, I would prefer other things other than feeling crappy and feeling low and feeling insignificant. I no longer have to look at myself in a way that says, I don't like what I see. And and as a result, the reflections that I'm seeing in others, they're just mirroring themselves back to me. What I'm seeing in others, I'm actually looking at myself. Relationships afford you this. So if you have been in relationships throughout your life and you've discovered they have not been quite as successful as you would have liked them to be, please don't beat yourself up. Please don't blame yourself and say, what am I doing wrong? or alternatively believe that every odd person is out to get you and people cannot be trusted and they're evil and they're mean and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And these are human instincts. It just makes sense that if someone isn't kind to you, you prefer them to be kinder. If someone treats you poorly, you prefer that to not happen. Like, that's common. But without placing any blame on anyone, you want to take that time out to check with yourselves. What am I reflecting? How do I feel about myself truly? Do I believe myself to have value and worthiness? Because when you do, even in the face of someone who doesn't see your value, who doesn't see your worthiness, it doesn't make you not worthy. It doesn't make you not valuable. What actually happens is that when you notice that that person isn't treating you the way that you should be treated, you now feel incredible. You feel incredible in your power to say, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm not going to stay here. You don't see my value. I'm producing it. I feel good about me. You don't. Hey, you should be with someone who feels the way that you do because I don't. I'm going to go. Kaboom. There's so much benefit in getting to know yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to say this to you very briefly because I'm aware of the time. It is now 9:45. I had a very late start. There's so many new things that are going on, and I'm trying to situate them in a manner that I'm still able to be present for you. I'm still able to tend to my clients and grow in a number of ways with other businesses and family. There's always things that are going on in each and every one of us, and I believe that because of these insights that I've been sharing with you, these insights have been your path towards your tomorrow. So if you've been with us from day 1, and I say us because generally I am joined by my invisible co host, Producer T. But because so much newness has been brought forth because of these insights that we've all been sharing and learning and growing with one another, Producer T has now been called forward to some newness of his own. And I'm so excited about his journey. I'm so excited about his road ahead. I'm confident that he will do well, although that means he will not be joining us for the Morning Stretch podcast any longer. Of course, it's a bittersweet. I'm like, oh, because Producer T is a wonderful component. I have enjoyed his insights. I've enjoyed his levels of expertise, his humor, his banter. He's been a wonderful co-host, and I do wish him the best going forward. Freestyle Friday is coming, and we will celebrate him as well as his well doings and so forth. And you know, Freestyle Fridays is all about celebrating you, taking the time out to celebrate you and everything that you've been doing all week long. So we will definitely have a farewell party for Producer T, no sweat. So, with that being said, I also want to share with you how since I've been here, it's been such an incredible journey. I've learned so many things about myself. I've learned so many things about you as a community, and I loved every single moment of it. I loved the engaging. I love the relationships that you guys built with one another, the kindness and the respect that you gave to one another. I appreciate that. I love that you share these insights, and I know that you take these skills and these abilities with you in your road ahead, even when I'm not here. We will be presenting a brand new schedule starting next week. So stay tuned. Of course, I will not just leave you high and dry. I'm going to keep you informed every step of the way with these new changes. I want you to know that since I've been here from day 1, I believe I began sometime in June, if I'm not mistaken, that the things that I share with you, the insights, the experiences, the things that I think you should know, quote unquote, they are here for your benefit. I don't know if you see it that way or not, but while I have been here, the things that I have been sharing with you, it is my hope that you take them with you so you can one day, and that one day I've already seen happen in some of your lives. I've seen it, I'm witnessing it. It's an incredible thing that you are able to now coach yourselves. It is my hope that the information that I bring to you helps you along your path. I believe that each and every one of you have found yourself with me at some time or another because you were seeking more for yourself, because you were seeking more fulfillment, more excitement, more love, more joy, more ease, more peace. There's a host of things that folks, as human beings, we often seek out, but we don't realize that oftentimes it is our very own decision making, our very own relationship to ourselves or lack thereof is what prevents those things from showing up. So I provide you these insights. I provide you with the wherewithal to go forward along your newness, along your new paths that are a light for you because you have been tuning into yourselves. That's right, folks. You tuning here with me allows you to tune into you because I bring the things that matter the most to light. Good morning, CEO Swift. It's so good to see you. I was just thinking about you. You're going to live a very long time, very happy, very abundant life, or you will continue to do so, I should say. How are you? How are your loved ones? I am talking about insights into tomorrow. That has been the theme this week. We've been talking about the various ways that insight shows up in your life. Most times, when you're doing mundane activities, could be laundry or washing the dishes or taking a walk. Perhaps it's if you meditate or if you journal. Whenever you are most focused with the least amount of distraction, that allows you to get a sense of groundedness. It allows that stillness within you so your spirit can connect to you. And your spirit is connecting to you all day long. I mean, there's no way you can separate the body from the spirit. That's what makes you a human being. It's a compound word. And the goal of life, or rather, I should say, one of the many goals, is to merge, is to become one, to have that synergistic effect so you can have the wow that life affords you. So, good morning. I love your energy, CEO Swift. So, with that being said, your insights show up in your world when it's time to bring forth newness. And I have been paying attention to each and every one of you members of this morning stretch community. And I'm seeing the shifts happening in your world. And I'm so fortunate that you share online as well as offline, but you share through your posts as well. That allows me to know a little bit more about you each time. And I love that. I see the new opportunities that are being afforded to you. I see your relationships. I see your activity towards your relationships. I see so much change in your world. I am excited about this. I am excited about this for you. I believe that now is the season for you, for growth. Allow these insights that show up to pave your way. That is what they're doing. And when I say allow, I mean get in tune with them, work with them. So it doesn't feel like a rough ride. It doesn't feel like you're being forced to do something because sometimes insights show up in the face of, but I thought everything was okay. And now you have this new insight, you have this new vision, this new way of understanding something and it may not match with what you've been presently doing. Please don't fret. Don't stress it. It's for the good. God always has your best, everything in mind. And even if you aren't such a spiritually inclined person, that's okay. That's okay. I want to let you know that even though you may not be in tune right now, it does not mean you will not ever be in tune. That's something Producer T taught me while he was here. Right about now, he'd be injecting some sort of humor, poking fun somewhere. I do miss him. Shout out to Producer T and his new endeavors. So, each and every one of you, I feel since we've begun this road together, there's been plenty of insights, plenty of new information, plenty of new ways to believe in yourself, to learn how to trust yourself, to learn how to honor and value yourself, because these are truths. These are truths, and maybe you didn't grow up with knowing that these were truths. It's okay. You can learn them today. You can learn them today free of charge. Like it costs you nothing. All you need to do is be receptive. Know that these teachings are not here to harm you. As I said, they cost you nothing. All you need to do is show up for it. And when I say show up, if you can't catch us live, don't worry. I have tons and tons of IG content for you to sift and sort through. forever and ever and ever. I'm not going to take the page down. You will always have access to this information. Alternatively, if you are seeking more in depth coaching, I am available to you. You can call, you can book an appointment. I am available to you to continue this road of excellence, of prominence, so you can feel equipped for your new path forward. That is what brings me excitement because I know once upon a time I needed this. If there was these resources about maybe 10, 12 semi-odd years ago, which there's always resources. It's just you have to start seeking. When the student arrives, so does the teacher. And over a decade ago, I had lots of things going on. I was a completely different person. And I'm not blaming or shaming my past. I have much respect for my past, a profound respect for it, because it had not been those experiences, I would have not learned of my value. I would have not learned to trust myself implicitly. I would have not learned about my worthiness. And folks, when I started paying attention to myself in a brand new way, which meant I had to be unhappy with something. I wasn't, people who are happy aren't continuously seeking ways to improve upon things that suck. Like, in other words, what I'm trying to say is when you are in a good place, that is a good place to be. And yes, you want to continue to do the things that seem logical. That's going to afford you more of the same. We don't realize that we do that, however, with things that aren't good, things that weigh us down, things that don't promote well-being. These are all choices. And I'm here, I have been here 5 days out of each week to remind you of these things, to remind you of your power, to remind you of your magnificence, to connect you to the greatest relationship that there will ever be. It's not with this person or this person, it's with you. I am here to remind you to develop the relationship you have with yourself. It is integral to your well being. From this relationship, your core, everything else flows. So it very well may be time for you to update your belief system. It may be time to update the way you feel about yourself. If you are tired of feeling crabby, if you're tired of being irritable or lonely or angry, you're tired of fighting and fussing at every odd thing. You can't find joy or satisfaction in anything anymore. If you are over feeling like this, it's time to move forward. It is time for you to set a brand new course because life is worth living. Life is abundant with richness and joy and happiness. It is there. You just got to do some fine tuning, right? You got to sift and sort through your things, which only you can do. You can absolutely have assistance along that path. That's why people are, like myself, are present. But it is your road ahead. It is your life. And you get to decide what's best for you. Once upon a time, maybe it was best that you just kind of deal with things as they are and you took things for the way that they are. And it was just like, hey, whatever, this is all it is. This is all I can get. This is just the way that it is. That was the past. The past. In your now, which is where you are right now, you decide what you want to do. You decide who you want to be, how you want to live, how you treat yourself, how you treat others, how much sleep you get, what you eat, when you eat, who you talk to, why you talk to them. Everything is of your choosing. And you may have not looked at it quite that way, like, I am a powerful being. Really? Me? I have control over my life? Really? Yes, you do. You absolutely do. And I encourage you to begin this road with your self discovery. When you start paying attention to yourself, lots of magic starts to happen. Lots of things start to show up to remind you, yes, you are right where you're supposed to be. Things sucked in the past, that's okay. In your now, ooh, we know what we don't want to suck anymore. We are very clear about what is not working and what we don't want and what is not lit. What's not making us happy? We know that. Cool. We're going to use these things as a guide to propel us forward because we know now. That's why it's important for you to not run away from your past, to acknowledge it for what it was, a road to your now. That's what your past is. It's a road to your now. In the now, you decide if you want to continue that path that was undesirable or you want to bring forth a brand new one. That is power. You are boss. You are always in the driver's seat. What road will you choose for yourselves? This is what insights bring you, ladies and gentlemen. That tuning into you allows you to shift in a way that actually holds you up high. You have the power to choose this for yourselves. You have the power to tap into your greatest resources. Here is where you discover that you've never been alone, you aren't alone, and you never will be alone again. Here is where you discover how mighty you are, that you were created with great purpose. That is why you were alive. When you wake up and even begin your footing, it is important for you to begin your day with appreciation. It's not just a cliche, it's not just something cool to say. Be glad that you're alive. Because in this newness, you have every opportunity to begin new. It's a new day. You can be new too. You can leave the past just where it is, respect it, take from it what you need to go forward with a whole new sense of what you want, and you're going to focus upon that in such a way until it shows up. You are a great, powerful creator. You just may not be aware of it. It's all good. I'm here to remind you of that, of these great things that are you. You are abundant with resources. It's time you tune into them. It's time to pair with them so you can work together. And here comes synergy. One great compound, another great compound, and boom, that is the human being effect. That is you. And you can have the life that you want. You can go from, do you know how you show online the before and afters? Can't you just envision for yourself what your after is going to look like? We know what our before is. And right now, actually, our before is not even our past. Our before picture is our now. This is us being awake to the goodness that is in front of us, that we have options and opportunities laid right before our very feet, for our choosing. That's the before picture. And this is us. Like, all right, let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. That's your before picture. Your after is entirely up to you. Where do you want to go now, knowing you have this power, knowing that you have this support system, knowing that you are being guided towards your best, 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 best everything? What do you want to do now? Where do you want to go? What would you like to accomplish? You have the power. This is what insights afford you. Your insights are your path to your tomorrow. Where would you like your tomorrow to take you? You are in charge. You are in charge. You've always been in charge. Now you are waking up to this very, very truth. I am powerful. I am valuable. I am worthy. I know it because I am alive. I have all my fingers and toes. I am breathing. I can see. I can hear. I can touch. I can taste. I can smell. I am alive. With that, there's nothing that I can't do. And now I'm deciding to go forward with a brand new agenda. I'm putting myself first. I'm acknowledging my worth. And I want everything to reflect that worth that I feel inside of myself. I want everything to reflect the goodness that I'm upholding inside of myself. I am radiating the greatest that I can ever possibly radiate because I know me now. And I know what I am wanting. And that may change every single day, but it's just going to keep getting better and better and better because you're going to be more tuned in. You're going to be more shaping and shifting towards the world that you want to be a part of. And you're going to enjoy this path. Unlike anything other that you've experienced before, shout out to your past. It served you a great purpose because you know now what time it is. You know what you want. You know what doesn't work, what doesn't serve, and you're more now interested in what does work. What works now? What would you prefer? You call the shots. And you are capable of doing so. God gave you the ability with your life. He gave you free will. You can choose. I encourage you to choose what is right for yourselves because it's time to do so. You no longer have to feel stuck. You no longer have to be burdened with not feeling appreciated or not valued or not respected or cared for. And instead of just wishing and wanting and praying, because we know faith without works is dead. You can believe and you can pray, but it's important that you move your feet. And when you tune into yourselves and you get the questions and you get the answers, the next logical step shows up. And yes, maybe while you are doing things that really you're not even focused upon so much, these insights will show up. Maybe it'll happen in the middle of the night like it happened for me. It happened at 3 a.m. And I was like, wow, okay. It's time for a brand new you. Shout out to the old you. But it's more important that we focus on what we would like for ourselves going forward. These things need to be our focal point because it's time. So, again, I told you I'm not going to stay here for long today. I just am here to remind you of the key points. I'm here to point out to you what is most important. I believe that you are stepping into a brand new. Some of you, I can physically say, I see your progress. I see that with you being a part of this community, that you are taking heed to the insights that's been showing up in your life. You have been receptive to my reminders that I bring to you each and every day. I love that this growth is happening. It couldn't happen to a better clan of folks. And that is my goal for each and every one of us, as many people as I can reach while I am here. That is the goal, to remind you the road to all things begins with you, if that is a way to surmise things. The road to all the things that you want in life, folks, it begins with the relationship you have with yourself. Tune into you to find out what kind of relationship you have, or if there's any present at all. And without shame or blame or feeling silly, none of that language is needed. Whatever it is that you discover inside of you taking time out for yourself, understand that you are right where you're supposed to be. And God needs you to be receptive so you can be guided along your next steps. Know that you are being supported. Know that whatever it is that is most important to you in your discovering you now will be supported. I believe that. I am seeing it in your lives. I am encouraging you every step of the way to stay the course. Even when your past tries to creep up on you and remind you, hey, don't you want to do what we used to do? You know those things, right? Come on, let's go do that. Your past may show up and try to hijack the new scene. That's all good because you know now more than ever you have a comparison. Hey, I could go back there and be met with the same undesirable results that I had once upon a time. Or I can stay this new course because I'm excited about what's next and I like the way that I feel and I'm beginning to love me and I trust me and I know that I have value and I didn't feel value back then when I was doing those old things and I didn't feel my worthiness back then when I was doing those old things. Old ways won't open new doors, ladies and gentlemen. I believe you are ready to open new doors, to welcome them with open arms, to embrace them and to rejoice in the fact that you have life, to celebrate these very things. That is my belief. I hope you have some sort of language like that with yourselves because these are the tools that are built in. These are your default settings. When you tune into yourself, you will discover how much is actually inside of you. You will be amazed of how all the things you've been needing and calling forward in your life are already built in. That's why it's magic when you tune in. A wonderful new world shows up, a brand new country living inside of yourself, undiscovered, uncharted, waiting for you, waiting for you, encouraging you, nudging you, supporting you, loving you, guiding you. It's all there. It's always been there. It's just that now you're going to be awake to it. Now you're going to partner with it. And you won't feel that irritation in your soul. You won't feel aggravated. You won't feel discouraged. You're going to feel uplifted You're going to feel like weight has been lifted from your shoulders. You're going to begin to feel more confident in your decision making because you've learned to trust yourself. That is a huge deal, folks. Learning to trust you. For folks out there who have trust issues, ask yourself if you even trust yourself. Do you trust you? Because what is it that makes you so not trusting of others? Are you an honest person? Because you just never lie. Ever, never, 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 never. And I'm joking. I'm speaking in a joking way, but I'm very serious. These are things to question within yourselves and not with the finger like shame on you. No, just ask out of curiosity because you're getting to know yourself. The same way you would try to get to know a new person, treat yourself as the new person because this relationship with yourself is brand new. So be gentle, be inquisitive, and be a very good listener. You have everything that you need to propel you forward. I am confident in that. Know that your road is lighting up right before you. All you got to do is tune in. Tune into your insights, folks. Tune into them. They are there. Messages are being communicated with you all day long. You got to clear away your distractions. Get rid of the muck and the mire. Get rid of the noise, the things that don't serve you. And I mean, in every facet, whether it's clothes that don't fit, or they're just no longer your style, or if it's time to go in that attic and clear out some of these things, wherever it is, cluttering your paperwork, your desk, things that no longer serve you, it's time to part ways with them. A cluttered space is a cluttered mind. Let's get organized. Let's get clear about what it is that we're doing so we can continue this course forward. And you will be surprised. You will be amazed of the things that will show up in your life rapidly. All you got to do is get started. Choose the road to you and watch God do his thing. So, that is today's message. Insights into tomorrow, folks. I have enjoyed this segment with you immensely. I love being here. I love sharing. I love being that messenger for you and not preaching to you in a way that says you and not me. No, me too. Me, absolutely. Every single day. It is a practice. It's not something that happens overnight. But the very moment you decide to put yourself first, life changes for you. Life changes for you and it changes for the people in your environment as well. And each and every one of us has the capacity, has the great capacity to love and to care and to be of service to one another. And if we all just do that little bit at a time, in no time, the world would be a completely different place. The world is shifting already. It's turning in crazy directions. It's a lot of things that's going on in the world right now. Don't let that be your entire focal point. You pay attention to it, but you also need to pay attention to yourselves. Make sure that you are grounded and whole so you stay abreast of, what's going on so you can show up in the best fashion. That is the takeaway, folks. Go forth, enjoy your day because you are deserving of just that. You are deserving of every goodness that is abound in life. You don't have to live here or be a male or be a woman or have children or have a dog or last name be Ralph or there's no there's no criteria. You being you is more than enough. You being you is more than enough. Show up for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. You will not be sorry. You will be amazed. God is good. Please enjoy your day. I love that you are here. God willing, tomorrow's Freestyle Friday. I can't wait to see you. We're going to do some more celebrating, some more promoting of you and how great you truly are. And I want to hear about what's been going on in your week. I want you to share with me what you want highlighted and celebrated. We will do it for you here. Jeez, I said we. I'm so used to producing TV. I will celebrate it for you. No worries. Enjoy your day, ladies and gentlemen. I do love you. I do support you. And as always, if you need me, call that number. Book some one-on-one time with me. I am here for you. Enjoy your day, folks. Oh, yay.